Ever built something out of nothing? Ever known what it costs to be a boss? Ever met outstanding entrepreneurs that stand for something and don't fall for anything? Jiheshimu, lakini usikajidanganye. Know your worth, gain value. Established African. Welcome to Established African. This is Commercial Fridays, and today we are joined by a very important person. This person oversees a lot of distribution streams of music. He works with creatives, and we'll be discussing how creatives and corporates create this bridge to be able to work together and make it functional. I'm joined today by Felix. He's my friend, a colleague who I really look up to in what he does. He's a very busy guy. He's always up and down, always on his phone, but he has been able to do things that young people right now are challenged to do. And this is basically, he's responsible of a responsibility. Let me just put it that way. And I think he'll be best to advise us. So today we're gonna be learning a lot of stuff, especially for creatives. We're gonna learn how to be able to create these, good relationships with corporates, to be able to put yourself in a good pedestal when it comes to finances. So, Bwana Felix, karibu sana.
That's good, bro.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks for having me,
I understand. Say we're in a very serious period of, economics.
Yes.
COVID-19 and
very
stuff.
Tight. Very
but,
tight.
Music is recession-proof, man.
Yes.
You guys still moving the numbers up. Mm-hmm. So tuambie to a little things about you. How did you start and how did you end up being in such a very powerful position, matter of fact?
Well, my journey started a long time ago, right? I'm pretty sure we met over 15 years ago.
Yes.
Yes. So I started doing events while I was in campus. That was about 2007, 2008. Yeah. I did events for a couple of years, for about 6-7 years. Then from there, I switched to managing artists. I managed a couple of artists. Then from there, I jumped to now being a regional director for Ziiki Media. Now we're running the whole of East Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, now my responsibility is overseeing over 300 artists, how their music needs to be distributed. Some of them, of course, including the creative process. So it's a whole lot of responsibility.
Wow.
But we got this.
Me personally, I've I've worked with creatives for now, I think 9 years. And to be honest, it's not easy.
It's not.
How you're able to manage a portfolio of 300 artists must be, hey, I don't even know how you're doing it, bro. Like, could you just give us a little tip of how you're able to make things work? Because that is a headache, bro. That is a headache. Like, mimi personally, hata sijui kama naweza fanya. It's a headache.
Ni kitu utazoea tu
Yeah.
with time. Unajua wengine tumezoea kuwa under pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's some people who, like their delivery is very efficient.
Okay.
You tell them we need your song in 2 to 3 weeks before you release it. They do that.
Okay.
Kuna wengine, they will just post the song on YouTube and then they call you and say, okay, I've released the song. So you start working backwards with those songs.
Start working backwards.
And those are the ones we have in huge numbers.
Jeez.
Hao ndio wengi.
And your wing.
Yeah. Wengine wataamua kutumia the song on WhatsApp.
What?
Instead of, sending you the song on email, so the quality, of course, deteriorates. So
What? Somebody will send you a music video on WhatsApp?
Yes, not a music video, sorry, a song, a track itself. So in a compress, in a lose quality.
Yeah, of course.
So the professionalism is missing with a lot of artists. And most of them, I'd say, they don't have teams. So sometimes you end up actually just filling in for the team.
And let me ask you, since you're managing a portfolio in East Africa, is this culture of not doing things by the rules only in Kenya? Do you find it's a Kenyan problem, or is it an East African problem?
It's not a Kenyan problem. I can't say it's a Kenyan problem because I've experienced it with other artists
in other
regions.
Okay.
You get. But I'd
so
say
it's a creative problem.
It's a creative problem.
Okay.
Yeah. But I believe one way that creatives can beat this is by having a team.
Yes.
A lot of creatives don't have teams. They work by themselves.
Okay.
Be it in Tanzania, be it in Uganda, sometimes even West and South.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that artists can do away with if they got a team. Yeah. If you have a manager, you have someone who does your PR, you have someone who does your artwork on time, you get someone who manages your social media. Because an artist is doing all those things by himself. He's even booking gigs by himself.
In 2020?
In 2020, bro. You know.
I thought the industry right now, it's supposed to be seasoned, where we are, because I don't think the Tanzanian market right now, we can say it's an upcoming market. I don't think we can say Uganda is an upcoming market. You cannot say Kenyan, urban music is an upcoming market.
Yeah.
I believe right now, the blueprint has been laid out by people outside there who they admire and they look up to. So do you feel like it's a personal choice for someone to be ignorant, or are they just greedy, or do they feel like they could do everything by themselves? Is this ignorance? How do you look at it?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It's a little bit of both because someone might be looking at, maybe I'll make $1,000. From this $1,000, I need to pay my publicist.
Okay.
I need to pay my social media people, my digital strategists.
Yeah.
I need to pay the producer, I need to do my video, pay the director. So by the time someone does his math, he just thinks, okay, why don't I just do some of these things and save on some of the money? You get. So it ends up hindering your performance, first of all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you'll be doing so many things, you forget about your creative process. Yeah. Then it will also hinder your efficiency in the market. Yeah. We need to have your song marketed properly.
Yes.
You can't do all those things by yourself.
Yes.
We need it to reach the right people. And by reaching the right people, have one person going around the media houses, booking interviews for you, talking to media people on your behalf. You can't do all the interviews by yourself. You can't set all the interviews by yourself.
It's true.
You can't book events by yourself.
It's true.
You get. So if you had people doing all these things, the wheel would just be turning, without any hiccups. Yeah.
And for upcoming artists who are trying to get into the market and they're watching right now, what would be the best advice for a new coming artist in the game? What would you give advice to somebody who you see they're fresh, they're vibrant, they're hungry, they really want to do this, but what would you advise them as they start their career?
There's so many things that we can't mention all in one setting.
True.
Yeah. But for most upcoming artists, what I'd advise is, first of all, is consistency.
Okay.
Consistency. Before you decide to come out as an artist, you need to have worked out maybe a couple of songs, say 6 songs to 10 songs. If I may give a rough example, I've listened to a couple of Calligraph's interviews.
Yes.
And he mentions that when he was coming into the industry, he had about 400 songs recorded.
Yeah, Calligraph is a workaholic, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he mentioned something about 400. I'm not sure of the number, but it's to some hundreds. Yeah. So you see, someone like this, if he were to choose or filter those songs, he'll not miss even 10 hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's able to release these songs, even if it's 1 song a month throughout the year. He can do this.
Okay.
So the consistency comes in first.
Consistency.
Yes. And second, you need to build your brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you build your brand?
Your brand image, first of all. How do you build your brand?
Yeah.
There's so many aspects also involved in building your brand. You start with the simple things like getting a website, probably.
Yes.
If you're getting into merchandising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get away from using the kawaida Gmails and everything.
Okay.
Get a bit professional.
Yes.
That way, if you send an email, say to a corporate, and they see that this is coming from brand Castro,
yes,
they'll take you more seriously. They're actually willing to sit down faster with you than if they see at Yahoo or at Gmail.
Yes, yes, yes.
The consideration is given more.
Yeah.
Third, have a team. Have a team that can help you basically execute all your activities within your creative process.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, some people are going to say, I'm just starting out. How do I
put up a team?
Yes, how do I put up a team? I don't have the money. But you have close people. Like if you're starting up or I'm starting up, I'm gonna be like, Castro, I know you do ABCD.
Yeah.
Why don't you help me out for the next 2-3 months?
Yes.
You know, at least I see where my brand is moving towards. You have friends who have all these resources that you're looking for.
Yes.
And if you can get a few people to believe in your dream, you know, because at the same time, being an artist, you're convincing people out there, like getting fans, you're convincing people that this kind of art that I'm selling is the best, or rather works, you know. So if you can convince the masses, you need to also convince the people around you to help you in 1 or 2 ways.
That's true, because I believe, and I know, like, it's not easy. You know, when I started, there was nothing like a manager.
Yeah, yeah.
We were just considered wannabes and fans of the artist, you know, and idol people. Like, because when I started the game, I started with Nick Mutuma, the actor, actually. That's the first artist that I presented in the market. And when we were working, you know, I used to go to corporates and they look at me like, you're what? And I'd say, you know, they'd expect me to come from a different company. You know, they were used to company to company. Yeah. But when I said I'm Nick Mutuma's manager, a lot of people used to tell me, go get a serious job, watch mchezo. You know.
There's no work.
Yeah, hii ni kazi gani unafanya here, tuna manage mtu. You know, where kwanza unafaa ujimanage ndio kuja kumanage. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I was used to it and it's okay, but now I'm so proud to see that a lot of young artists have managers, you know, and you know, we were able to push forward the culture from that professional stand. And now I see a lot of artists, you know, just even out there in the social media praising their managers and stuff like that. Yeah. But I know there's a problem when it comes to definition of who a manager is and what their responsibility is and what's their duties. So, I'm sure you've incurred a problem with a few artists with poor representation. Their managers are not familiar with what exactly they're supposed to be doing or what they're supposed to be doing on time. Yeah. If you look at them, they're just unprofessional, just like the creative.
So I'd say a lot of managers that I've come across are not really managers, rather personal assistants.
What?
You know?
Yeah.
Because a manager should be able to make a decision on behalf of the artist.
Yes.
You get?
Yes.
Because he needs to understand the artist's goal. So if he goes to a meeting, he can sign a contract and come and tell the artist, listen, I signed this deal, ABCD, these are the details, and the artist will be happy.
Do you think in Kenya right now, we have managers who can do that?
Well, very few, very few. I probably can count them on one hand, maybe.
What?
Yeah.
What? It's so true.
It's so, yeah, because as a manager, you need to be aligned with the artist's goals.
Yes.
You know, you guys need to have a plan.
Yes.
You need to know in the next 1 year or in the next 2 years. Of course, you need short-term and long-term plans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you know your goals within the short term are to get maybe brand endorsements or product placements in your videos and all those kind of things. Yes. Yeah. So if the manager understands which direction you guys are heading, they should have the power to make the decision.
Personally, when I feel like I never reached my potential just managing people that I manage. Yeah. I feel like I was really let down because I was not in the same, you know, the way you want it, it's not it's not the way somebody else would want it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I don't understand how I'd go get you a commercial deal and you can't deliver on posting. I have to beg you to post. I don't understand how I'd call you in for a meeting. I've driven until your house to go pick you up, and that's a PA's job. It's not a manager's job.
Yeah, it's a PA's job.
I've driven until your house, and I'm still gonna wait for you for 2 hours to come out your house so that we can go and do a closer deal. You know,
that's babysitting. It's
and
not
that's
even
babysitting. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I did a lot of babysitting in my management. You know, people, you know, just a lot of crying people. You know, just soft. You know, cannot handle stuff on time. You know, and not realizing that it's not friendship when it comes to business. Yeah. You know, somebody has their own agenda when they're engaging you. Yeah. And you yourself, you're being engaged and being given money, you know, just beforehand to be able to deliver these things. So that's why I decided to quit on it. You know, just taking a break and, you know, just do my podcast stuff because I believe I brought a lot of talent in the game. Yeah. And I feel like lack of exposure with our creatives, it's what makes them feel like they've made it. Because you could start a journey with an artist, a year is not even over, and they still feel like the whole success they have, it's all because of them. And now they're starting to be rude, they're starting to be arrogant, they're sloppy, you know, they're not keeping time, they're not keeping word. and then they just start lying on everything, you know, and it's all looking like a circus.
There is no shortcut to this thing.
There's no shortcut to success.
A lot of people think I'll get 2 or 3 hit songs. After that, I'm just gonna be the man in town.
Especially artists.
Yeah, but do you think about the longevity? Like after this couple of hits, you know, what next?
Exactly.
Because you might be famous this year, or you'll get a lot of airplay this year. Next year, no one bothers. Then what do you do then?
Also, another problem that I'm seeing is the culture artist. Ati ni kawaida ya msanii lazima kuesumbua.
Hapana.
Lazima tutumie matembe.
We should not make it. We should not normalize it.
We're normalizing. Like every day, I'm seeing like drugs is the way that these artists, they have to use drugs to be able to be functional. They're not doing things soberly.
Yeah.
And I've come to learn that a choice is it's a personal choice. Whatever you do as a creative, it's a personal choice. If people are being successful, I don't think Beyonce became Beyonce because of using drugs.
Not at all.
I believe Beyonce became Beyonce because of the hunger, the passion, and the drive that she had, and the team that she kept around as well. Because sometimes I know managers where they come from. A manager could be very honest. They really want to make sure that their artists perform best. But artists don't realize and drag the whole unit behind. When everybody is on this vibration, the artist is on the other side vibration.
And then the opposite.
And then the opposite, Yani. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, like the industry can really heartbreak you.
It can. And also, being in this industry, you also need to understand why you're in this industry.
Exactly.
You get. Say like for you, of course I've watched you manage a number of people, and I've seen that you have passion for this thing.
Yeah.
You get. So some of these people will look at you and see that you're gonna do 110% for them, so they don't really need to put in anything.
Yeah.
You get. So they take advantage.
Yes.
Some of them, it's not because they lack the discipline, they just like taking advantage.
You've said it right.
Yeah.
They just love taking advantage. Yeah. And for that, I think we're going to be, in the future, just if you step in, we're going to be doing a lot of forums. We're going to educate people how to be, more commercial ready, how to be more civilized, in the corporate doors. Because a lot of creatives, I know, have ruined their names in these corporate doors, Yani. You can't even go mention an artist or an influencer in a certain place. And guys just look at you like, are you lost like them? We can never work with this person,
You know, when you're doing a presentation, say to a corporate, usually you submit a list of names, like people with huge influence on social media especially, people with high numbers, and there can be someone number one uko, they're the one with the most number of followers, but watakwambia to huyo.
And you wonder why.
Yeah, not because they don't like the numbers, but the character.
The character.
You get. They've been watching, like, it's not like these guys, they're seated somewhere in a penthouse, their offices, and they don't bother with social media. They're watching, they're seeing what you're posting. You get. They're seeing the videos you're doing and everything. So someone will ask themselves, will I bring in Castro, who last week posted and insulted a certain corporate to my corporation, and then next week we have a slight disagreement, and then you go on social media and rant about me and say XYZ about me, you see?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that kind of discipline is also what we lack.
Yeah. And like we really need to fix the industry. I believe we're in a place whereby the talent is there. We have a lot of talent, but what's lacking is the knowledge in the industry. It's too ignorant, bro.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating an artist cannot even send an invoice on time. You're being called for money.
Yes.
But you can't send an invoice on time.
You're telling someone, of course you understand that in corporate culture, there are certain procedures that you have to follow. Regardless of whether you're the CEO or whatever. There's some things, if the process is not followed, due process is not followed, I will not sign it off, or you will not sign it off. But someone thinks because I'm brand X, you shouldn't tell me to do
So
A,
true.
B, C, D.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. Yeah.
So that kind of attitude as well.
They have attitudes that don't even add up to the finances, man. It never adds up to the finances. I wish that attitude was a billionaire's attitude, bro. Because at the end of the day, you cannot be talking like that and you still have the landlord. You still have people that you owe money.
Yeah.
You still have, you're not even driving the best cars that, Nigerians themselves are driving, artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people here feel like they've already made it. They feel like, but all in all, like they say, in a basket full of apples, there's always, one rotten apple could ruin the rest. So before these rotten apples start ruining the rest of the artists, I think we just need to save a couple of artists, train them, show them, because there are people who we must accept they'll never change. They'll never like.
But also, Castro, let me ask you, do you think there is lack of information out here? There's lack of access to information, or
I cannot say there's lack of access of information because everything is on their fingertips.
Exactly.
The same way they find time to rant on social media, they could have found the same time to go to Google.
They have the information.
Yeah.
They have access to this information. They just are not bothered.
So it's ignorance.
They just think, oh, it doesn't concern me. Like, let me just get a manager. He'll figure everything out.
And most of them won't make it. A lot of these top tier artists that we are watching are gonna go down. All of them.
Something else I might want to bring up. Do you think these artists even understand their rights when it comes to doing the music?
They don't even understand. They don't know even their copyrights. They don't even know how to follow up, even to read the statistics that you send them. They don't even know how to read them. They have to get somebody who's educated to teach them how to read that.
Exactly.
And if there's one thing that Nipsey Hussle said, he said, due to lack of knowledge in the game, a lot of people and this slavery mentality will always keep carrying forward because you're not interested. Because I believe, for me, I'm passionate about business. So I've taken time to study business, to understand business, to observe other business leaders, to see what are they doing that am I not doing right. I've taken time to study all that, and it's time to execute all that. I think a lot of artists just enter this game, they get the fame, and then they forget to educate themselves, even to do research on music. A lot of these artists, if you ask them, do you know the Ogopa era? Do you know
Ask them to give you the history of.
They don't even know the history of the music.
So,
they don't even know what they're carrying forward. They don't even know what exactly they're doing. Then they just came in and, because it's easy nowadays to become famous.
It's very easy.
TikTok can make you an artist.
Yeah.
So it comes easy come, easy go. But the ones who sustain are the ones who have really, really mastered this craft. Because I believe Kenya is yet to reach its potential. We don't have yet a global star that we can say, this is somebody to embody, or this somebody has laid out a blueprint. We are trying. I like Sauti Sol. I love the way they carry themselves.
Yeah.
I like just a few individuals who I can see they carry themselves very nicely. But it's unfortunate that we don't have enough, even women. We don't have enough female artists who are taking it there.
Yeah.
I'm proud of Nadia Mukami, whatever she's doing. I can see she has an angle of teaching people finances. That's really dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She has found a creative approach to do stuff. But yet we still need her to carry forward the flag, to be able to get us the Grammys, to be able to get us the BET Awards. Calligraph just got nominated for BET and he got his nomination. Is it the time for him to relax? Hell no.
No.
It's the time for him to learn how to brand himself way better than what he has been doing. So we have a lot of still slacking. Guys are still, just taking things, wataelewa.
Wataelewa ni kawaida ya
Ni
msanii.
pesa yetu hivi, hii ndio ile pesa hii industry inatupea. You know what I mean? So I feel like people need to unlearn, stop complaining. Just do it.
What people need to also understand is that learning is a never-ending process. It's an unending process.
Exactly.
You get?
Exactly.
And the dynamics in these industries keep changing every other day. So you also need to adapt to whatever is changing.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
There are different aspects in this music industry that every other day, like I can say distribution. If you look at where distribution was 5 years ago, it's way different right now. People access music in so many formats, in so many, via so many platforms and channels. Yeah. So if you don't keep educating yourself, like every other day, I'm trying to find out where can I plug my music, where can I plug my videos, what other opportunities are there, like all these are things that the artist himself needs to understand.
Yeah.
Don't leave it to your team that now it's upon your team to figure it out for you.
That's so true.
The day this whole
so
team decides, okay, now we're moving from artist A to artist B,
yeah.
you lose it all because
dead.
you don't understand what they were doing. You had no idea. You had no
idea.
interest.
Yeah, you have no credentials even to your logins. You don't even know where to start even, you know? And can you fully say right now in East Africa, there's an artist who's living off digital streams, like they're making bank off digital streams?
Well, we're heading there.
We're heading there.
We're heading there. There's some artists who are doing pretty well. You know, so, and all these things that we're discussing here, it's because these artists have sat down and figured out the game.
Okay.
Yeah. They've learned, and some have taken time off to go and figure out how this music thing is done.
Okay.
You know, some have really good teams that are putting them ahead.
Yeah.
So you need to put everything into perspective for you to actually start earning how you're meant to earn. There are so many good songs on YouTube.
Yeah.
That sometimes I just go watch and I'm like, this is a really beautiful song. Why does it have just 50K streams? You know? So sometimes not just having a good video and a good track and you think, okay, now that's it.
You figured it out.
I'm just gonna post it and people are gonna love it. No. You need to do more than that.
It's lack of, you know, preparation on strategies, how you need to position yourself on social media, on these digital platforms to be able to see an end-to-end success to what content you're producing and putting it out there.
Giving you an example, if you look at our digital streaming platforms, look at Apple, look at Spotify, randomly, artists from which region do you think are, you know, like in the top 50 or top 100? Like if you talk about Africa.
If you talk about Africa,
from what region?
I think Nigerians, just to be honest.
Why would you think so?
I think it's because they're really passionate about this music in a way whereby they're not ignorant to making sure that their music is everywhere and everyone is listening to it. Because they are played here more still than we play our music. Still, we are not playing Kenyan music the way it's supposed to be playing. I still go, I could take a matatu today, I could take an Uber tomorrow, and still I'd listen to more Nigerian music than Kenyan music, to be honest.
If you look at how many Nigerian artists come into Kenya to just do media tours.
Not even a performance, by the way.
Media tours. They just come and, you know, they want their songs to be known. Like, they want people to listen to their songs.
True.
You know. Why don't we do the same and just go into Uganda, go into Tanzania? I've seen a couple of people do that. I saw Masauti was in Tanzania the other day. Arrowboy was in Uganda the other day. So
Femi One, I saw Femi One was in TZ. That was great. Shout out to Dennis King Kaka.
Yeah. So there are people who really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You get, they're putting their teams where they're meant to be.
Exactly.
You know, and their teams are putting them where they're meant to be. So this positioning doesn't just come easy. It doesn't just come from studio. The producer is done, mixed and mastered your song, and they're like, yo, I have a hit now, I can just go and chill. Or I'll send an email to Castro. Yeah. Castro will make it happen.
Will make it happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that, man.
So the hunger needs to come from the artist first and foremost.
Yes.
To be able to be self-aware and knowledgeable about whatever music they're creating and how they're putting it out there. That's the most important thing.
First of all, the artist needs to understand the ins and outs of the music industry.
Before they even go into
Before they even get a team, a manager, or whoever, you need to have, this information is everywhere, bro.
Yes.
Like, ni bundles tu unataka ni nini ingine.
Exactly.
Everyone has a smartphone.
Exactly.
You get.
What are you doing?
Yeah, take an hour every day, just going to go online, check these blogs, there are articles about different aspects of this music industry.
Wow, that's really dope. Actually, who's your favorite top 5 artists? I know I'm putting you on the spot on this, but who's your top 5 artists based off their music and just how they carry themselves package, East African wise? Who's your
East African wise?
Yeah.
East African wise, of course, I love to start at home. Like Sauti Soul are really doing a good job.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like Sauti Soul.
Yeah, their packaging is really good.
Man, quick recovery, BN, man. You just got COVID, man.
Pole,
bro.
Yeah.
Quick recovery, bro.
And then there's Adesanya Shinsky and Calligraph as well. Yeah. Kaka Empire doing a great job as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And then of course Wasafi.
Okay.
Yeah. In Tanzania.
Yes.
If you look at what they're doing, how they've packaged themselves, you can tell that these guys are gonna be here for a long minute.
Yes.
You know.
They have set the foundation for themselves.
They've set the foundation, and these are guys who can give you a track every week.
Wow.
with a really dope video.
Wow.
You know,
So we have a lot to do.
we have a lot to do. Like, if you have an in-house team where you can say, today I want to produce this song. I have the director here.
Yes.
I have the marketers here.
Yes.
I have the distributors here. They've basically set up.
One-stop shop.
Yes, it's a whole 360 for them.
In Kenya, do we have a one-stop shop?
I don't think so. Rather, I'm not aware of any. Not that I don't think so. There might be some, but I'm not aware of any.
That's a challenge to all of you who are out there. If you really want to do this music thing, you have to gain knowledge. You can't just be doing it out of your chest thumping. You gotta go educate yourself. You gotta learn this game the way it's supposed to be learned, because it's a game to be played. And if you don't do it right, you're gonna make a lot of losses. A lot of money will be pumped into your projects, but you'll never see the returns.
Yeah.
You know? So I think, what's your last advice, and what would you like to be remembered as, you know, as we continue this? Najua siku hizi yani watu wanakufa tu left, right, center. I'm not saying you're gonna die. God forbid.
God forbid.
But, you know, I just want you to leave us with a few, you know, word of advice, and also, what would you like to be remembered as?
For me, I'd like to see artists grow. Like, being in this music industry is because I've had a passion in entertainment one way or another. You get? So sometimes I'm in events, sometimes I'm into music. One way or another, I'm supporting an artist.
Yes.
You know? So I'd like to see artists grow, and they won't just grow by just sitting there. Bro, guys need to work. Like, guys need to just go online. Information is free. Just teach yourself one or two things, you know? Most artists wanaelewa production. Unaweza mwachia studio, aingie, acheze na one or two things, afanye ngoma mwenyewe.
Yes.
Some artists actually produce their own songs. You get, choose one. You can either choose that kind of audio production, or go into video production, or figure out how to publish and publicize your music. Just choose one aspect and just be good at it. It shouldn't be that you don't know anything about your music. Like, I'd be asking someone about their performance rights on a certain song, and they have no idea. You know, like, you're asking them.
That's serious, man.
Yeah. So, and also something else. Our artists need to be open to working with writers.
True.
Yeah, you need to be open, and that comes as a part of the team, by the way.
Yes.
They need to be open to working with writers.
Okay.
When you get to a certain level, it doesn't matter who you are. You'll get exhausted. You'll exhaust your ideas.
True.
Yeah. So don't give us the same thing over and over. Like, just get someone to change your flavor. You know, it can also be rejuvenating for your career.
True.
Yeah. So as much as there's content,
Yeah.
you can say, I have content, but your content is talking about the same three things over and over. Find someone else who can change the language for you. That is the point of writers. It changes a lot for artists.
Changes a lot for
Yeah.
artists.
They need to be willing to engage different people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big statement, bro. How would you like to be remembered?
I would like to be remembered. Bro, I'd like the music industry. I'd like to set up the music industry to basically stand on its feet, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, we'd say a lot of artists are taking direction from sometimes inexperienced people, you know, like getting your friends to manage you instead of you getting someone who really knows what A&R is.
Yes.
You know? So I'd like to see an industry where, rather set up an industry where there are professionals running the whole industry.
True.
You get?
True.
I'd like to even get agents who I can train to be managers.
Wow.
They need to know what to be doing for these artists.
True.
Yeah. So I'd like to be remembered for my foundation.
Definitely.
The things that I live with the artists in the industry.
Definitely you're gonna be, man, because you're setting that structure. Like, I haven't met a young person who's doing the things that you're doing on digital level, at that level, and I can honestly say, hongera, bro. Like,
Thanks, bro.
that you're always an inspiration to me. You know, just seeing you, the way you work with artists, just observing you, is just something different, you know. And
Thanks,
you know, I've always thought that I wish, you know, you are able to manage a few cats, but now God has given you a platform whereby you're gonna just run everything and all these 300 artists within East Africa. Still, we're gonna foresee them successful and all that.
Definitely, definitely. I want to see people succeed, man.
Succeed.
Yeah. It's not even about for me making any money.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Sometimes you just need to leave a mark in the industry.
Exactly.
And my mark in the industry is trying to see a structure that works for the artist.
Oof, can't say any better than that. It has been real, Mr. Felix. It's been real. Thank you for showing up, man.
Thanks for having me, bro.
We're just saying last one in COVID, you know, space, you know.
Yeah,
but it has been real. And follow us on our pages, Establish African. We're on social media everywhere, YouTube. Give us your comments, comment to up, or if you want to learn something, I'll put an email down there right now. You can see it, check it out. You know, send your feedbacks. If you try and find a way on how you can get to Mr. Felix Apa, I'm the plug. You to me an email, bro. Let's be professional. You know what I'm saying?
You know exactly, bro.
Yeah, just send me an email. Let's see what you have. If it's something dope, our email is down there. You know, hit me up on my DM. I'm African Castro. We can chop it up any day. Is
Felix Curtis.
And it's been real. Cheers.